Man, on the first rapper on YouTube.
Okay.
On the first rapper on Twitch. On the first rapper to get signed straight off the internet from high school to a record deal to Jimmy Iovine and Interscope Records for over $1 million.
When it comes to rappers, they're 100% boastful 100% of the time, even when it comes to some of the humble rappers out there. And there are very few of those. They're never afraid to go and flex if they feel they're up to the task. And when it comes to Soulja Boy, the boasting with him never stops, despite not really having many hits after Crank That.
Tell me what's really going on. Drizzy Dre back in this thing already. That's Soulja.
That's Kiss Me Through the Phone.
He copied my whole flow. Word for word, bar for bar. Don't act like I didn't make Drake. Don't do that.
He's been claiming that he was the first to do a lot of things on the internet to anyone who will listen. But is any of it actually true? I'm gonna break it down for you, but before I do that, go ahead and do me a huge favor. Leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload from us. And with that being said, let's get into the video. First rapper on YouTube. For the last few years, Soulja Boy has been trying to make a return to the spotlight by making claims of himself being the first to do a myriad of things. Many on social media at this point believe that the rapper is making these claims just to be boastful, but others believe that there's clear evidence to back his claims up. The latest one by Big Soulja is of being the first rapper to put their music on YouTube 16 years ago.
Why you think you got that camera right there looking at me right now?
Oh,
I've been doing this YouTube. I was the first artist on social media.
I agree with you on that. 100%.
I was the first artist on YouTube.
Soulja Boy posted a tweet saying, "I was the first rapper on YouTube." He also included a paragraph detailing how Soulja appeared on YouTube in March 2006. YouTube initially launched in December 2005. For starters, consider this fact. After a months-long beta period, YouTube officially launched on December 15th, 2005 with a daily traffic around 8 million views. Soulja Boy uploaded his first video just 3 months afterwards, solidly characterizing him as an early adopter. Now, was he the first rapper on YouTube? Yeah, it would appear that way. And so he can honestly go and put a feather in his cap for that. Congrats on him. Did he stop with the claims after that? Yeah, no. First iced out G-Shock.
Z-Shock with that SODMG punch ring. We about to mass produce these right here.
A few days after declaring his status as the first rapper on YouTube, Soulja Boy claimed to have another first to his name. Fellow rapper Kid Cudi shared a video of his old G-Shock watch after he took it to the jeweler to have it personalized with pink diamonds. He didn't claim to be the first rapper to customize a G-Shock watch, but Soulja Boy soon took credit for what he believed to be his contribution to culture. "I was the first rapper with an iced out G-Shock," Soulja Boy said on Twitter, accompanied by a video of him in 2010 showing off his customized G-Shock watch. That one's a curious claim, for sure, and whether that one is true is a bit harder to go and prove, given that this one isn't that definitive of a milestone as much as, being the first on a platform. But clearly when it comes to Soulja Boy, he doesn't really care. Soulja Boy is arguably the father of the TikTok dance, as Crank That was the first dance trend to go viral on the internet. One of Soulja Boy's other claims to fame is him being the first rapper to popularize the use of FL Studio, a popular music production program used in hip-hop and other genres.
It's your boy Soulja Boy telling. Now I really I've been working on a couple of beats, like I've been doing my producing thing. Like I did Crank That, right, on this program called Fruity Loops. Probably took me like 10 minutes to make it. And everybody know like I made like $10 million off of the song Crank That. So they was like, man, he used this simple demo. I had the demo version. I ain't even buy the program. I downloaded the demo version. And like he used this demo version, make this song that went #1. And it was made all this money. He's so lucky, blah, blah, blah.
While FL Studio, formerly known as Fruity Loops, has been around since the late 1990s, it became much more common for musicians to use after Soulja Boy's breakout. "I made every beat and went platinum, you see what I'm saying?" he told Hot New Hip Hop in a recent interview. "I made these rappers want to produce their songs. I introduced FL Studios. I introduced Fruity Loops to the culture. Stop playing with me, I'm the best producer of all time," he continued. "They try to discredit and suppress me because I'm great. I'm a legend. I don't know why. They never seen nothing like it before." Gee, I don't even know how we can possibly go and discredit all of that. Oh, it's actually pretty easy? Okay. Now on the TikTok dance thing, yeah, we'll give him credit for that because the Crank That dance was indeed a viral dance and it did send a trend of popular dance like Ghost Whip That Ride, the Dougie, and more. To be clear, we're not saying he's the godfather of TikTok. That's just kind of stupid. But he did kind of sort of lay the groundwork for it. Yeah, sure. The FL Studio bit is a bit harder to justify because, as noted, it came out in the 1990s before Soulja Soulja Boy went and used it for his tracks. It may have become more common after he used it, but that definitely doesn't mean that he was the first to use it or even the first to popularize it, because it was clearly popular in enough circles to keep being around until Soulja Boy used it himself. And in terms of him being the best producer of all time, no, definitely not. I mean, seriously, this is why a lot of people don't like rappers. Their claims are absolutely insane sometimes.
And yes, as you probably could have guessed by this moment, I have decided in 2020 to run for president.
This being one of them. If he was such a great producer, why does he only have a few hit songs versus scores of them? Yes, he has a popular track right now, but that was mainly because of TikTok, ironically enough.
They laughed at me. They said I killed hip hop, and now they doing exactly what I did and shun me and I'm being shunned upon.
What's more, if you look at his history of his tracks on the Billboard charts, he's only had 2 top 10 tracks via Crank That and Kiss Me Through the Phone, the latter of which peaked at number 3. No other track of his has gotten into the top 10 or even close to it in some cases. So yeah, definitely not the greatest music producer ever.
He big with Drake, the biggest rapper in the world.
These niggas, yeah, Drake. Drake.
But if he did want to go and tout other accolades, there are a few he could do fairly, using social media and the internet to his advantage. First, gaining prominence on SoundClick, Soulja's usage of various social media platforms to connect with his audience online directly helped ingratiate him to fans in a way that had never been seen before.
I'm the reason why all these artists have social media. Y'all should thank me. Every artist in the game, all y'all record labels, y'all owe me 5%, bro.
Originally more popular among independent artists, the rapper being able to translate internet hype into mainstream success opened not only the eyes for fellow artists, but their record labels. Over time, social media became a prerequisite for artists looking to survive in an industry that had gone from analog to digital, and Soulja Boy was at the forefront of that evolution. Now that is something that he could be proud of proclaiming, because as crazy as it is to think about right now, once upon a time the internet and social media wasn't as widely touted as it is now. The idea of the internet being used to build up a music career versus the more traditional path of going on radio shows, doing interviews for magazines and more was just crazy talk. But Soulja Boy proved that it wasn't crazy at all. What's more, you could argue that he was the beginning of the SoundCloud era that came from artists being able to put their music online to go and have others listen and see what people thought. This is what brought many rappers to the dance, even if it has faded out over time. Oh, and speaking of internet impact, the art of trolling. Rappers like Tupac and 50 Cent are 2 of the poster children when it comes to beef, but Soulja Boy was among the first to shift the tide of rap spats being violent to them being comedic. His war of words with the likes of Ice-T, Bow Wow, and others often included more humor than vitriol. This new beef tactic has served as a precursor to the likes of Lil Yachty, 6ix9ine, and other trolls who have followed in his footsteps. And not only was he a pioneer of that, he's continuing to go and maintain that troll mentality to this day, for better or for worse. Mainly for the worse, because he is absolutely a troll nowadays, especially with these firsts that he's claiming ownership of. Of course, the downside of creating something like trolling is that people like 6ix9ine are gonna go and use it to just make everyone go nuts, and we're all worse off because someone like 6ix9ine exists in the music world. So, good job, Soulja. The first to be made a fool of? Okay, we know this one isn't true, but it's too precious to not make fun of. You see, since Soulja Boy thinks he's the best around, he feels he can go and do anything and have things turn into gold at the drop of a hat. And that was never more clear than his attempt to go and make a video game console.
I came out with a whole video game console, bro. I'm the first rapper to do that in history, bro.
And by make, we mean basically steal and try to put a new coat of paint on it so that he could claim it was original. Naturally, when it was unveiled, it was not only blasted by fans and critics, but he was nearly sued because of the infringement that was going on. And to be clear, it was absolutely infringement. It was such a massive failure that Soulja took a while off, and then in 2021 said he was going to make a console from scratch. And there you go, everyone, a look at the situation going on with Soulja Boy and whether his various boasts about his exploits are true or not. Do you think that Soulja Boy is doing this to go and get attention? Do you think that any of these claims actually hold water? Or is this typical rapper fake flexing that'll get him ribbed? Go ahead and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.